Then we realized it is important to build a global platform. We have gone beyond from just media information, helping a lot of companies grow beyond their own regions.
Welcome to Biotech Orbit, the podcast exploring the biotech landscape, the companies driving innovation, and the people making it happen. Today's guest is Thomas Huang, CEO and founder of GeneOnline. GeneOnline is a media platform dedicated to connecting biotech and pharmaceutical companies with the latest industry insights. While widely known for its news coverage, as you'll soon hear, GeneOnline is playing an increasingly important role in helping biotech companies navigate opportunities and develop partnerships. Before we begin, this podcast is brought to you by Met Productions, a science animation studio where we create animations designed to engage your target audience, whether they are science professionals, patients, or the general public. Visit us at medproductions.media. Hi, Thomas.
Hello. Hey.
So, there's a story behind GeneOnline, and I think it starts with basically your story on what was the spark that got you into science?
Well, I think when I was young, I liked to read a lot about biology, books. And originally I was gonna be an engineer.
You were gonna be an engineer?
Yeah, but I realized I wasn't good at programming, and I decided, genetics sounds like a very interesting topic, so I decided to go on to genetics, and that's how I get into life science. Yeah.
Oh, so you studied genetics for your undergrad?
Yes.
Okay, and then what happened afterwards?
So after that, I studied biology. Yeah. So that's how I get into a lot of like DNA, genes, life science, plants.
Okay, yeah. You were interested in like the whole range of biotech related topics.
Yes. I think when you're young, you still try to explore. So you try to see as much as you can. Yeah. But then I think that's when I start working. I start to really get into more on the product development. You develop research. Building different products. Especially, I did a lot on molecular diagnostic, including DNA testing.
Oh, you worked with the DNA testing before?
Yes.
Oh, that was after graduating?
Yes, after I graduate. Yeah.
Oh, so you did your undergrad, then I believe you did a master's?
Yes.
In molecular bio, maybe?
Yeah, biology. Yes.
Same as me, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. And after you graduated from your master's, that's when you started working
Yes.
in a molecular diagnostics company?
Yes.
Huh. And so how did that became this?
Yeah. I was working at Thermo Fisher. I was doing a lot of next-generation sequencing for transplant diagnostic. And after many years, I decided, okay, maybe I want to try something different other than stay in a big corporate doing research.
Okay.
So I was thinking, okay, maybe I should come back to Asia and see what's happening in here, because I've been in the States for a long time. When I come back here, okay, I see a lot of great companies here, a lot of great technologies, but which I never heard of when I was in the States. And I also see there's a lot of information gap between the US and Asia. So this is when I start thinking, okay, I want to build a platform, to share those information, what's happening in the Asia, what happened in the US, what are the latest technologies.
So from scratch, you decided, okay, I'll create this media agency for biotech.
Yes.
That must have been tough.
Yeah, it's not easy at the beginning. Yeah. But I think it is very rewarding. Yeah. And we were able to work with so many great companies, great technology, or we also did a lot of interviews for top scientists, CEOs, not just in the US, but also in Asia Pacific regions as well. Yeah.
So during your first years, basically you came back to Taiwan, and then you started GeneOnline in here and in the US, because I know you have offices in the US as well.
Yes. So at first we started in Taipei. Yeah. and we provide Chinese platform. Then we start building strong connections within Asia Pacific regions, including like Japan, Korea, China, Hong Kong, even Southeast Asia. Then we realize it is important to build a global platform. Right. So we set up another entity in the U.S. And they will focus more on the English platform, along with our Chinese platform.
Right. So I was talking actually with Pitt, one of your employees, right? And he was telling me that you are the only ones that have Chinese and English.
Yes.
That's pretty good. So then you can reach both sides basically, because I believe Taiwan and China is growing in their biotech industry, and then you also have the American and European industry all in one.
Yeah, maybe I should use the word Mandarin. I don't know if it's Chinese.
Sorry. Right, correct, Mandarin.
But yeah.
I believe that during your first years, it was a little bit difficult to make the connection, or how did you start with your first, like the first people that you met? How you just called them?
At beginning, it's quite difficult because no one knows who we are, right? But we were able to land some pretty good interviews to our partners. Yeah, they introduced some CEOs, and we did attend a lot of events. That's how we make connections. And also we start using like digital. We don't go with paper, we just go straight to digital.
And that was in 2015, right?
Yeah.
So it's been 10 years already.
Yeah.
How has it changed in GeneOnline in the last 10 years?
I think we are making a great impact in the global life science sector, and we have gone beyond from just media information to more dimension, including industry data, helping a lot of companies grow beyond their own regions. We connect a lot of companies to find partnership, funding, and also we work with a lot of events in Asia.
Right, that's something that I wanted to talk about with you, because, okay, so GeneOnline is known for its media agency, right? But you guys do a lot of other things.
Yeah.
You just mentioned right now you help with exhibitions, and then you mentioned a database, which we will speak a bit about it later.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned an accelerator. So there's a lot to unwrap in here.
Yes.
So let's first do exhibitions.
Okay.
So in exhibitions, I've seen a lot of companies that go there and they put their stall and are waiting for some client or some distributor to find them.
Yes.
Right? But this is something that I've seen a lot on LinkedIn, actually, that they are asking, like, how do we become more active?
Yeah.
So what tip or what would you suggest for those companies to be more active when they go to an exhibition?
Well, I think that's different type of exhibition, right?
Yeah.
There's more like B2B, and some are for like investment, and some are for like medical conferences, right? And some are big, small, and I mean we work with a lot of exhibitions, also supporting a lot of companies in their events. So I guess there's different needs, but let's talk about maybe big events, right? Bio events, or we work with a lot of Asia Pacific regions event like Bio Japan, Bio Asia Taiwan, Healthcare Expo, and there's Aus Biotech, and I think those events are very regional. You can get to meet a lot of local partners or see a lot of great technologies. But if you're exhibiting, how do you stand up from all those companies? I think media is quite important, or how you is including maybe your social media, LinkedIn, but of course a lot of stuff they don't have a lot of followers, so it's hard to get. GeneOnline, I think it's something that can leverage a lot, because before the events you want the people to see what technology you have, what you're looking for, and through like press release, those one you can let people see first before they even attend an event. And some people they can even, of course, not right now. A lot of events they have a really good partnering system, right? So they can definitely leverage those systems as well. Yeah.
Okay, so it's more of a holistic marketing. Like they can try through their own LinkedIn and platform or YouTube or whatever they use, and also maybe contact you. And then you guys have much more reach than, of course, most startups. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah, like maybe one news can be received by 10,000 companies. Right?
Yes.
And some of them might be your potential partners, right? And it's easier to do that. Let them come to you, then you have to find them or waiting for them to come.
And those are big exhibitions, but I believe you guys also do like roundtables.
Yeah, panel discussion or special focus events as well.
Okay, so those are just a small group of, I guess, CEOs or CSOs that will speak with each other, or how would that work?
There are many ways. Sometimes we do like a panel discussion on certain topic, like investment, licensing. Is something we like to do. Yeah, because it is always a good topic. Or somehow we do like regulatory as well, because if you look at the U.S. market, is the fastest growing. They have the best technology, most regular guidelines on new therapeutic, but it's not the same for a lot of emerging market, like including Taiwan or Asia market. So we do those events, for those experts to share what their thoughts or how they're doing with maybe the FDA, and this can be used as a guideline for the Asia market in their future drug development.
Interesting. So I wanted to go back a little bit. You said investment.
Yeah.
And I have several friends that are CEOs that are looking for investors. Like they
Okay.
already have, like they are in their Series B, for example, or
Okay.
Series A. So you guys can help them connect with each other. That's how it would work, basically.
Well, we don't really do. We can definitely help, but let's since we have too many companies working
Yes.
with, we cannot help every company raise money. But we can definitely let their technology be seen by investors, because we do have a lot of investors. They are our audience who's looking for new technology or company to invest.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
of course. Yes, makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah.
That's one part, that's one thing that you do, exhibitions, basically, and helping people meet with each
Yes.
other. And before we keep going with the next ones, I find that business strategy very intelligent, because when you have a media agency, especially, I don't know if you have seen traditional agencies, or media agencies have a little bit of difficulty staying afloat, at least in the past few years.
Yeah.
So I just thought it's like, okay, you're connecting with all these people, and now you have all these connections, and then you can build and help them in other ways.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let you know that that's very smart.
Thank you.
BioDND. Tell us a little bit about BioDND.
Okay, so I think one of the key challenges our clients or people we contact in the industry is the information is not transparent, and finding partnership or investment deal is not easy to find those information, because the life science sector is very not transparent.
Yeah, that's the problem that you saw.
So, for example, if you want to know what's the Japanese biotech market like, what are key players, a lot of people outside of Japan, they probably don't have those information, right? Not even say look into like specific companies. So most people, they have to go to events or go to referral or have to search on Google. It's not very effective, right? So it's kind of like, you think of like Airbnb. You can see like the global housing, where you want to, those information. BioDND is like stand for bio deals and data, right? And through this new platform, you can find company information there, what clinical trial is in the pipeline, even their financial information. So people can leverage this platform to find a lot of information that's useful for investment, find clients, find partners, even competition,
Okay.
research, right?
Yes, competitive research. And besides that, there's something else as well, right? There's an accelerator program. Let me see if I get this right. It's an accelerator program for CSO.
CSR, yeah.
CSR, sorry. So social responsibility.
I believe stand for corporate social responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility.
Yeah. So CSR is a lot of company. They want to provide more social responsibility. That can be done in many ways. Many ways, including healthcare, the employees, carbons, clean energies, even education. Those are credits. And so it's our new venture is called GeneOnline CSR accelerator. Yeah. So our goal is to help to find those projects that are contribute to CSR impacts. Yeah. In global, and we are looking for like global 500 or company, that big company who are interested in investing in those projects and even become part of their supply chains. Yeah. Especially in the time right now, there are a lot of wars or natural disaster, right? So we're looking for like how to create value through peace, right? And those projects, they create value and also provide a lot of maybe job or growth for emerging market.
Okay.
Yeah, and provide like education for those people who needs it, so they can get better job in global. Like even they can be trained like as nurse or those are part of it. And carbons, how we provide clean energies, yeah, and those are creating those value, but also it can be supported by those big corporate, in the supply chain. Yeah.
It will also help them do business because of how the world is moving towards that direction.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's very necessary as well.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, I'm the one saying it right now, but yeah, I know that there's a social value. There's two values that we need to talk about in here.
Yeah.
So there's of course the social one, and there's also the business, which is companies need to go there because that's where the world is going.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty good from government side to start imposing those.
And healthcare is definitely a key part in the CSR.
For sure.
Yeah, not just for developed country, but provide better healthcare for a lot of country that's needed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and I've also seen that, I don't know if you guys will get into laboratories as well, because they also, I've seen some people also trying to improve how a laboratory works, or it becomes more socially responsible or more environmentally friendly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you also trying to tackle that?
I think yes, of course. Right now, a lot of, they look at ethic, right?
Yeah.
Ethic issue on lab, like clinical trial. But also, I think a lot of reagents, drugs, or like even like you do like vaccine, like there's a lot of waste, medical waste, and all
Yes.
those stuff. How do we address those product or those our supply chain? It is a key part that a lot of big pharma or company, they start moving into like direction.
Yeah. So, Thomas, basically we have been talking about BioDND, right? This database that you guys have. We talked a little bit about as well about the CSR, the social responsibility that you guys are working on as well. And we talked about hosting exhibitions. But we haven't talked about GeneOnline as the media agency and the things that you have discovered. So, worldwide, where do you see the biotech industry going?
I think post pandemic there are definitely a lot of great technology that's of course after the DNA sequencing it's becoming very mainstream. The drug development has speed up. Also, you can see a lot of a drug now can be screening by AI or in the future like
Right.
yeah, I think those fields are very interesting. Also like biologic drugs, like using antibody or cells or gene therapy. Those are definitely something I'm very looking forward to it.
Right.
Yeah, I see a lot of potential application and a lot of disease that can be treated with those. And also tech bio, how you combine right now AI, the tech with the biotech, create a better solution or a new solution for the healthcare or even life science, agriculture. That's something that I'm very looking forward to it. Yeah.
What's your favorite or the one that you want to see the most progressing? Because right now you mentioned quite a few.
Yeah. So I think, of course, now we got a extreme climax, right? Food is definitely one of it. So how we can create food to supply during the extreme climates. Of course, also if we can reduce carbon footprint, and that's definitely something that we're interested in. Also, how can we reduce using chemical, pesticide, but instead using better ways, less harmful for the environment, for our food supply. That's something I think has a lot of potentials in the future. Yeah.
And how about for human health? Which one is the one that you feel like has the most potential?
Well, I think right now a lot of people are looking into neuron disease, right?
Yes.
Yeah, regenerate disease. So this one is definitely something that companies gonna put a lot of resources. Of course, the past few years, diabetes or fat loss,
Right.
GLP-1, that's
Right.
that's been a hot topic. Yeah, I think the next one, like neuron disease, or regenerative medicine. It's definitely something that could grow.
I would
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
love to see that because
Yes, yes.
Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and all
Yeah.
those diseases are very tough, not only for
Yes.
the person, but also the families.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And we already talk worldwide. I am going to be interviewing founders here in Taiwan.
Okay.
What should I expect from Taiwanese biotech industry?
Well, I think the Taiwan biotech industry, the local government has put in a lot of resource, and it's been developed for quite a year. And right now, it's a very, I think, it's a booming market. We see a lot of great company, great technology that going public as well and making good deals. And we also see a lot of young generation CEOs, who not only has a lot of company that I think has potential to become the next unicorns, but also those CEO has the mindset not just limit to local,
Right.
because they have like global visions. Yeah,
That's very
Yeah.
important, actually.
Yeah.
That's very
So
important.
I'm very looking forward for maybe the next 10 years for the Taiwan's biotech industry. Yeah.
I want to go back a little bit to the exhibitions. They have been in person, but we are going digital, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes there's digital events. What do you think will happen with the exhibitions?
I think face-to-face exhibition is gonna stay.
Here to stay.
Yeah, because it's hard to replace face-to-face interaction.
Of
Yeah,
course.
even I enjoy it. But for the other conference, now people have the option to listen to it online or without having to travel all the way across the world, right? And so I think it will be, both are here to stay, and that's just gonna be how it is. But people now have more options,
Right. That's what it is.
for
It's
any
just
events.
having
Yeah.
more options.
Yeah.
And the last question, like, where do you see GeneOnline in the next 5 or 10 years?
Oh, I'm very excited on where we're going because we have a lot of we have built a quite strong ecosystem, and especially in the Asia Pacific regions. So there will be a lot of great technologies, great news coming out from the region, and as we know, like a lot of maybe US based company, they are really focused on the US market, and which of course I think the US is still the biggest market with a lot of great technologies.
Of course.
But I think Asia Pacific region also have a lot of great technology. They are underrepresented in the global exposure. So it will be our vision to help a lot of company or help the region to grow or make better deals, connect even with the US companies with the Asia companies. Yeah, so we will building the media, data, and even the accelerator, and we look to change the world, right?
Of course. Thank you. So at the end of every episode, we're going to be asking you rapid questions.
Right.
So I'll just ask you 5 questions and just whatever comes into your mind first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So pineapple or no pineapple in your pizza?
Oh, definitely not pineapple. I like pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms, so no pineapple on my pizza.
Okay. You
no
won't
fruits.
You won't get Italians angry at this one. If someone at a biotech conference wants to treat you to something, what's the best choice?
I would say cheeseburger and popcorns are my favorite.
Okay.
So I will be very satisfied with a good cheeseburger or
At the same time?
some popcorn. No, it doesn't have to be.
Of course not. Yeah. Okay, that's very American actually. Yeah. What's the most exciting biotech innovation you have reported or read about?
Oh, this one is a tough question because we have seen too many biotech innovations. So I might have to skip this one because there's too many.
All right. What's a common misconception about biotech media?
I think it's a very niche market media, but I would have to disagree because it is a global market. There's a really big market, and if you talk about biotech or life science, it covers so many aspects of our everyday life, from what you eat to maybe something what you wear, your microbiome, disease, even from your birth to death, all related to biotech.
Yes.
So I think it is a very big.
It's more than just
too much to cover. Yeah.
Right. Okay. If AI could do one annoying part of your job, what would that be?
I think it'll be replying my email. Too many emails.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yes. And the last one, what do you enjoy the most about your job?
I think what I found most rewarding is get to speak with so many top scientists and CEOs, and we are able to learn about their visions or their insights, and also we are able to further share those information insights to our audience. I think that will be the most rewarding and what I enjoy most about my job.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thomas, thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Thank you very much.